loves, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Bella. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. I have my what sold accumulated over a couple of days because I was pretty sick over the weekend. And that's like kind of the glory, the nice thing about eBay and having listings up. It's, you know, things were still selling. I was sick. I was not able to, you know, do stuff for my business as much this weekend. And it is nice that when you have things on eBay, you can do that. You can still sell things. You can still be making money. So Marvin would like to say hi today. Here he is in all of his glory. Look up, Marvy. He's looking at the birds too. So he's probably going to be hanging out. Oh, drop something. Okay. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 things. One thing sold. I had another thing sell this morning, and I don't know. I was like holding out because I'm getting ready to go to the post office, and I really wanted to like wait and see if the person paid for the item because they sent me an offer, which is always weird on eBay because it's like they send you an offer, you accept it, and then you have to wait for them to accept that offer. I don't know. So it is what it is. All right, let's start. And I have 2 things that I listed and sold within 12 hours. So I'm excited to show you those things. And if you can be a smart shopper and find the deals, you know, you can sell things really quickly. So I'm gonna clean these up a little on the bottom. These are Dansko. I do not really pick up Dansko anymore. Let me show you the inside. I sold these for a friend. So, she just put together a few things for me to resell for her. And it took a little time. It took like 6 months. I don't know. I've seen nurses wear these. These are really cute. I think that, you know, and I know people like when I was a barista, a lot of people would wear Danskos in like the workwear business. So these sold for, I accepted an offer. Like I said, I've had these for a long time. I accepted an offer for $14. All of the items today sold on eBay. My estimated profit, $11.94. So I'm just going to Venmo her that, and she will get herself some cash for shoes that she wasn't wearing. I am going to wrap those up later because I may need to have a different format to wrap or I might have to put them in something different. So, okay. Another name of the game here is I have been selling a lot of the stuff that I got at the bins a few weeks ago. And I'll link that footage up in here. Highly recommend going to the bins. This is Marsh Wear. This is actually a fishing company, or they sell outdoor stuff. This is a men's brand, or at least this. I couldn't see anything else listed or around that. I don't know if they make women's stuff as well. They might. It sold really quickly. Like I went to the bins. It's probably been about a month now ago that I went to the bins. It's very lightweight. It sold for $15. So I estimated it probably cost me under $1 for this shirt. It does not weigh a pound. So it sold for $15 after fees, cost of goods, my estimated profit, $12.54. If you're in there and you're going, oh, that seems a little bit like, where's the overage coming from? I do mention this quite a bit. eBay offers a percentage off of items when you use their shipping program. Sometimes it's like not items, but off of the shipping. So that's also a good way to save yourself some money. I try to weigh my items before and know what I'm listing them for, including the shipping at the time. So we'll wrap this up and we will get this out the door today. I hope your sales have been up this weekend. I'm pretty confident, like coming into the new season with all these sales coming on, that we are really like hitting a good time of year and more items are available. I still have to get the footage and get together the video from my recent church sale, which was awesome. It was a really great sale, one of my favorite ones. Like, this is only the second church sale I've done of the year, but it was a really, really good one. So All right, I'll get that out the door. This is the first of 2 items. Marvin's back again. This is the first of 2 items that sold lightning speed. This is a brand I don't always pick up. The reason I can tell you right off the bat why I picked this up was because it was new with tags and it was cute. It was nice colors. Let's see. This is 9 West, sold at Kohl's. Well, at least this one is sold at Kohl's. Retails for $36.99. I had this up less than 12 hours. I got this at the Salvation Army last week. The Salvation Army is doing something kind of different now. I'll show you the whole shirt here so you can see it. They're going back to a model that I remember growing up, at least in my area, where only on Wednesdays, there's like 4 tags on Wednesdays that are 50% off. So tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm thinking about, I have a lot of inventory right now, so I don't really think I'm gonna go there right now. I gotta get through selling like this stuff. But this was only 99 cents, but I called it like the secret unknown sale because they did not have the 99-cent tickets up at all. There was nothing, Marvin again, there was nothing to let other people know. There was one area where they showed blue tickets were 99 cents. And so I had to go up, because I'm used to just, in the Salvation Army, I'm sure this is probably the same at yours, they have all the tags right when you walk in of what's on sale. Well, that is apparently no more. They said now at Salvation Army, they're going to be lowering the everyday prices for everybody and then doing a big sale every Wednesday where they put 4 tickets at 50% off, which I'm a little on the fence. I like the fact that the everyday, like you could go in and there was always at least 2 tags that you could get at 50% off. So I don't know how it's gonna work out. My friend said she talked to somebody that works at the Salvation Army and said their first quarter sales were really down, so they're trying to get a new model together to see how to bring sales up. I personally did not notice other items that were cheaper, like that in general, like, oh, this item is a lot cheaper than it usually would be. So I'm not really sure exactly what they're doing yet. And it was not well known. I could tell that what was 99 cents, but it was blue tags. They were 99 cents. And honestly, there was a lot of blue tag stuff. And I think that was because they simply did not they weren't advertising it well. And maybe people just weren't asking. I think most people just thought they only had 1 ticket, which was the pink tag that day. That was 99 cents. So it's worth asking if you're going in and you don't see something. Like I typically, when I go into thrift stores, if you can't see like, hey, what's on sale today, it's definitely worth asking when you go in because, sometimes like they just forget to change the tickets or something's just, I don't know. I'm glad I asked. I went up front just to make sure, like, is blue tag 99 cents? Yes. And I found a really good amount of stuff. In fact, the 2 items I sold within 12 hours, like, covered what I purchased that day. So, okay. So the 9 West top, brand new with tags, sold for $16.24. My estimated profit, $13.51. So yeah, that was, I wasn't sure, I hem-hawed about it. If it wasn't 99 cents, I probably would not have picked it up. I would have picked it up if as much as probably $2 or $2.50. I've said this before, I do like to pick up things new with tags from like Kohl's and JCPenney's because, those are well-known companies. 9 West is a well-known brand. You're not going to make a ton of profit off of it, but it's a good item to have in your store. People like to see new with tags, so I recommend just checking out the comps and seeing. I'll be honest with you, I was a little surprised it sold so quickly. I did send out an offer, so I think that helped too. So next up, this is Life is Good Smile. This is the the Crusher tee. And I've mentioned before, I just recently picked up Life is Good top as well. I like to pick these up. They do not catch a lot. You're going to sell them probably between $10 and $15. So if you can come across them at a yard sale for $1 or $2, that's what I did with this. This one was at a church sale. It does take, they don't sell super quickly, but it's a well-known brand. They have so many different, like really positive messages, and it's outdoor stuff, and they have really cute hats. So they're worth checking out. If you can find them for a reasonable price like I did with this, I just like to keep them in my store. Again, with all these bags are stuck. Again, with that, it's the bigger the better, honestly, in the size. I was an extra large. We're coming into the lovely spring season, and I'm not surprised this sold. I just got one. I think I showed it recently. It was a Life is Good top with a glass of wine. So I'm like, I'm assuming that's going to go pretty quickly as well. So this sold for $12. Had this since last summer from a church sale. My estimated profit, $9.79. So like I said, it's not going to make you rich. But I think, you know, if you're looking to start building up your store, I do like, Life is Good is definitely one of the brands that I like to keep on hand. I wouldn't say it's like top 10. Well, maybe it's in there. So, nah, probably not. I don't know. It's just a good brand. It's well known. Cute tops. And like the fabric on these t-shirts are always really nice. I'm always very impressed with them. Okay. So I don't know if I mentioned this yet. Everything that sold on eBay. Probably because I've not been keeping up as well as I should with my Poshmark store. So I'm going to go on today. I'm going to list a few more things on Poshmark. You know, in a way you say, you got to pay to play. You got to list to sell. So, I don't know. I really think Torrid is making a comeback. A few weeks ago said I did not, I had not been picking up, like I wasn't having good luck with selling Torrid. This had a lot of watchers. I got an offer. I think this one sold this morning. Yeah, I got an offer for this morning, and it sold, and they paid right away. And then, actually, no, this was a buyout rate. This was a good sale for this. And that was the other thing. Somebody bought another Torrid item that I'm waiting for the payment on that I mentioned. And so Torrid is selling, friends. I would definitely, the shirts, the pants, it is one of my bread and butter brands, and I don't know if I just didn't have that much like desirable items at the time in Torrid, but it's really picking up. I picked up some more Torrid tanks at the church sale this weekend, already got them listed. I don't know. I like to pick up Torrid when I can get it really reasonably, and most of the time that is at church sales. I did hit up a yard sale, I think it was last summer or the summer before, and got a lot of dresses from Torrid for very reasonable. So I try not to pay up for Torrid. If it's new with tags, I might go as much as like $5, but other than that, no, I really don't like to pay up for Torrid. But it's an easy find. I find it a lot. We have a Torrid local to us. I don't know if everybody has Torrid everywhere. I think that helps. I do notice, like at Salvation Army, at least before they're changing their price model, they were definitely pricing up Torrid. Like long sleeve tops were like $7.99. I'm like, no. Maybe on half price day, probably, but no. So this was a great sale. Keep your eye out for Torrid tops. This sold for $25. Probably helped. I think this was a size 3. The bigger, the better, typically in Torrid. I do pick up size 0 Torrid, but I like to get, I typically like to get size 3 through 5 if I can. So this sold for $25. My estimated profit, $15.67. That was a good sale. That was a really good sale. Super happy about that one. Okay, this is, and occasionally you'll see this. This is a Bath and Body Works lemon scented shower gel. I will pick up, I got this last year at a sale. It was just a huge household like sale, like where this family, every relative brings like all their stuff every year. I just learned about it last year, and I just went kind of crazy there, got a lot of clothes. I did look this one up when I was there, and this is a retired scent of theirs. What I'm doing is I might actually put different tape on this, so I may wrap it up after we're done here. I typically put like tape or something on top of these, like really lightly. Most people aren't going to mind, even it's new, but I don't want to risk in shift of being shipped, in transit of being shipped, you know, it exploding or something. And I typically double, like I'm going to probably double wrap this up so it's, you know, wrapped nice and good and nice. So it makes it there without leaking. So this sold for $18. I have had this for a year. It had a lot of watchers. I relisted it once, but it is definitely worth looking up. Like I see a lot of resellers doing perfume and stuff like this. This isn't like, I don't typically pick up things like this anymore as much, but if I see a good deal, I will pick it up. So it sold for $18.20. My estimated profit, $11.49. So that was a good one. All right, we're moving right along. These are J.Jill Pure Jill pants. I'll show you. These are capris. Yeah. Okay, these sold yesterday. I actually had like, I looked it up. I had like $3.80 into these. So this was not this was not the best purchase that I've ever made, ever. Because that's a lot to get into it, and I only sold them for $20.30. And you'll see, if you watch me frequently, you'll see that I prefer to pick up things like clothing, especially lately. Like I am very cheap. I go in, I'm trying to find the 99-cent items. I'm trying to get the good deals. I mean, who isn't now? So as a business owner, you have to, you know, be an advocate for yourself. This is their line Pure Jill. I don't know if you can even see that. So J.Jill has a bunch of different lines within. There's like wearable line. They have an active line. Really good, solid stuff. I would definitely say J.Jill is a staple of mine. I don't find it as much as I would like to, because it is a very well-known, reputable brand, but I don't have it local to me. But I do find it thrifting in my area, and it does sell. It does sell. I've learned my lesson, as with anything. Smaller sizes, for me at least, don't sell as well. I try to steer away from petite sizes in J.Jill, but in general, I'm just trying to steer away from petite sizes. Now, if it starts picking up and petite starts selling a bunch, I will buy more petite, but for now, it does not. So these pure J.Jill pants, like I said, I had $3 into these. These sold for $20.30. My estimated profit, $10.86. So I don't know. They sold. I made a profit. I'm happy with that. I'm a little bit surprised. I was looking at what I paid for them, and I'm like, well, that was a little more than I would have liked to. It's hard for me to turn down J.Jill. I'm just going to say it. Okay. We are getting there. Okay. Oops, I got to put my sticker on. So I hope things are selling for you guys. What's selling right now? What are you hitting up the church sales and getting some good deals? This church sale I went to over the weekend, I might have mentioned it. I think I did a video Friday, but everything only cost me $25. And I have one thing here. We'll do a little preview. Like these cowboy boots, these are the brand Laredo. Aren't those cool? They definitely worn, but oh, they have this really nice vintage feel to them. I'm thinking I'm going to list them between $45, $50. So, yeah, I got so many pairs of shoes, but it's also spring break here. So my kids are home. So it's just trying to get everything done, and moving out the door this week is definitely going to be a challenge. Plus it's Easter week, you know, everybody's busy. Okay, so these sandals, these are typically like yoga brand sandals. They are, I can't say the name. I'm just going to show you. Really cute. I got these in a buyout last summer for 25 cents. Lady was just like selling everything she owned, and literally she had these sandals in like every color. She had this was also, I've mentioned before, she had a huge Eddie Bauer collection of just, this is one of the people that would just like, she literally bought everything Eddie Bauer ever made in every color. And I hope she does the sale again this year, because it was a really good sale. So these sold for $14. My estimated profit, $11.02. So there was a little bit of overage from the shipping. I don't always say that and everything. If you're all like, wow, her profits are, you know, this. I don't always tell you guys each time, like when each profit, when they used a coupon, things like that. I probably should. But just assume for the most part in my store, I'm constantly running a coupon and I'm constantly running a sale. I accept, and I have best offer on everything. So, and that's why I like to keep my, what I purchase for, I like to get it for a low price, because that allows me more wiggle room with these items that are bread and butter brands that, you know, are selling between $15 and $20. And that's really what keeps my store going, honestly. So, and it has been for years. That's really what my model is. Bread and butter brands, things I can get very reasonably in great shape. So, okay, so the sandals sold for $14 and my profit, $11.02. They were 50 cents, friends. And I've showed it before. I wrap them up nice and tight. They're going out the door in just one of my simple mailers here. And I do link the mailers. I have been asked a couple times what kind of mailers I use. I try to make sure I'm linking them in every video. I have an Amazon list of what I use daily, and what I pretty much now just every month go back and just reorder, or whenever I need to reorder, I just reorder from Amazon. It also works out great for tax time, because you can go in and see like, oh, I bought this on Amazon. So I like to keep it all nice in one place. It works out really well. So, all right. And our last item here is a cardigan I got that I was really, I saw this a couple weeks ago at the Salvation Army, but again, it was marked up, and this was like, I like to call it their secret sale, where nobody else seemed to really know that what was on sale that day. This was a blue tag last week. It is apple seeds, 100% cashmere. It's a size small, and that's why I was like, it's a set. It's really cute. It's so soft. Let's see. So I got this for 99 cents, friends, and I didn't even have this listed 12 hours. This one actually sold even quicker than that. It might have been like 6 hours. 100% cashmere is probably what did it for this one. So isn't it cute? Yeah, very nice. And so when I got this for 99 cents and got it listed, got it out the door. Wasn't sure, you know, it's not really, cashmere is more of a wintertime, you know, sweater or blend or, you know, material. So I wasn't sure if it would sell quick, but I just put right in there that it's a set. I think that helped it too. I didn't really see any other sets in this brand listed. So this sold for $20.30. And lightning fast. I mean, who wouldn't buy something that sells in 6 hours to make yourself $14.89. So very happy. All of these sales total, it was a little bit slow. I'm estimating around $112 worth of stuff going out the door today. So hopefully the rest of the week will be good. People are off work, but they're also on vacation. So does that mean that they're not going to buy as much? I don't know. We'll see. I do expect there to be an uptick, honestly, in the reselling market for items that, you know, especially if we see prices skyrocket on shoes or all the things. Especially, I just feel like clothing is a lot more people, I think, maybe not a lot, but definitely, I think the clothing market, for example, is going, I'm fixing my labels, are going to get more eyes on them now in the reselling area and pre-owned goods because of everything going on. Everybody is looking for a deal right now. They're being thriftier with their money, you know, more cautious. So if you've been thinking about getting into it, find those church sales. And I did have somebody recently ask me as well, where do I find my church sales? So I might have mentioned it before, but I find the church sales, honestly, by going on Facebook Marketplace. I follow the churches each year, or not Marketplace, I'm sorry, just Facebook. I do follow them from year to year once I go to them, and keep an eye out for when their rummage sales are coming up. And also just keeping your eye out when you're driving around. I mean, a lot of these churches, I would say there's a good percentage of them that honestly just don't use social media. So just keeping your eyes open, like, a lot of these are older church folks that, you know, don't use social media as much. So those are going to be the good ones for you. If you're just driving by and you see, oh my gosh, Saturday, there's going to be a church sale at this little church. Don't discard it just because it's a little church. I have found some really unique gems in like one room church places. So keep your eye out. I did tell you the profit on that. So that's everything, friends. Sorry I didn't get that video out yesterday. I like to post on Mondays, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you will hang out with me again soon. I put out about 2 to 5 videos a week, but this week probably is going to be more like 2 to 3. You know, 2 for sure, 3 if I'm lucky. But I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, subscribe and hang out with me again. We're going to be doing all kinds of things thrifting this summer, finding all the deals, and I want to take you along with me. So I hope I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.